Our very special guest today has a very, very relevant message for us all. Our guest is a victim of bullying, discrimination, but he did not let his past ruin him or ruin the projects that he has in mind. He started Pink Thursday and has now been having a lot of followers, and it's because it's kindness, it's love, responsibility, and awareness that we're all working towards. And we're very, very happy to have with us one of the most powerful and inspiring people we have in the community, Mark Williams. Well, hi, Mark. Welcome to eveRIAthing. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I am doing well. Thanks, sister. Thanks, Jackie, for inviting me. It's absolutely a pleasure to join you today. And for the
Very.
cause that you're championing for, I am happy to be a part of it.
And I am very proud of you, very proud of your project, Pink Thursdays. Thank you for featuring me a while back. It was lovely to share my message, and now it's my turn to share your beautiful message.
Absolutely. Thank you, sis.
Anytime, anytime, Mark. Now, really, we've always been advocates for anti-bullying, and that's why I'm very familiar with the color pink. Today I'm wearing purple because it's Mental Health Day. I know pink is for anti-bullying, but why Thursday?
Great question. There's a lot of thought that went into this, Jackie. I spoke with a lot of people, victims of bullying, and one of the things that they struggle with is weekends. You know, going home, let's say, for example, from school, and they're alone, and that's when it really hits them, and that's when depression sets in. And to start another new week on that same note, it's really a hard time for them. So I said, like, if I could pick one day when I could resolve something for someone, it will be a Thursday, because I know they look forward to Friday, which is a weekend, and they enjoy their weekend, and they look forward to start their week on a positive note. And that's where the idea came in. It's a day when I think will liberate others. When most people feel like, hey, I'm look forward to the weekend and new beginnings.
That's a good idea, actually. It reminds me of, when you have children and there's a middle child, and sometimes the middle child is the one that's not given that much attention. And I think Thursday, because tomorrow is Friday, nobody really gives Thursday a thought, right? So good for you also, so for bringing Thursday into the forefront. And I really like that idea. I really like that idea. It
Great,
makes
great.
it gives Friday a very good competition.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, wow. Well, I see your group, it's growing, and I see a lot of friends and influential people actually that you feature. And anything that's really promoting kindness, I say, is valuable because everything stems from kindness. Although, when you're starting, I want to know when you started Pink Thursday, and if you had any challenges when you were starting. Did you meet any rejection, or did you see people come on board right away? And what feedback did you get when you started the group?
So Pink Thursday was let me say this in the beginning, like anti-bullying was already out there. So this idea was built on something that's already exists, and they had this one day a year, I think in February, where they promote anti-bullying, I think globally, and I think locally as well. So then I said, you know what? If everybody's got a pink shirt and you're choosing one day, this is something that we should really be promoting daily. So I went a step further. So I said, okay, if I could get people to promote this and practice it on a weekly basis, this is a great opportunity for this to manifest and becoming part of our daily lives, where we promote this on a daily basis. It becomes part of us, because what I what Pink Thursday is an opportunity to practice kindness, is to practice respect, is to practice support. And the one thing that I'm seeing that's really missing in our community is love. And it's an opportunity to practice love and to share love and to promote love. And when I started this, every time you started something, you're a bit anxious. You you tend to misread things, even if people might be on promoting your cause as well. They might say things that you might say, hey, I don't know if you're in my corner or not. But as time goes by, what I think people are starting to realize now is hey, Mark is serious, and people are starting to wake up to a reality that's been there for a long time, and only a very few people were fortunate enough to to be awake to see what was happening. But now it's so open that everybody's starting to see, hey, this thing is a big problem. Bullying is a big problem. And it wasn't hard to convince other people. It wasn't hard to convince a lot of people, because what I found out is no one likes a bully. No one likes a bully. And it was easy to bring people on board, but what people wanted to see was, hey, are you serious? How real are you, and what are your end goals? And my goal is really simple. It's to bring people together. And I think everyone in the community, and a matter of fact, everyone that I've spoken with wants the same goal. So I didn't really meet with a lot of resistance, but I think I've misread some feedback that I got. So it is a great thing, and I think the cause is so real and so necessary that it's a growing movement at this point.
And considering I read a little about your story, how you got discriminated on, by mistake, or uh, unjust discrimination, and even then, you went past that experience, and instead of being vengeful, here you are doing it the other way around. You're killing people with kindness, as they say, and you're generating kindness. And that's true. If you only set one day, tomorrow it may be forgotten. So I agree, every day, but Thursday is like the focus. And thank you for doing that. You're right, so many things. Anti-bullying has been happening back in the day, but really, people who stand up to bullies and people who actually create programs like you are making a change. Would you have an idea at this point what you think causes a bully to become a bully?
Absolutely. I think, and let me digress a bit here. Let me go back to something that I said in the beginning about Pink Thursday. It's about respect, it's about support, and about love. And what I found out about bullies, because I've spoken to bullies and also victims of bullies. One of the things that they're lacking is those three things. They felt like they've never gotten any respect from anyone, and a lot of them, they felt like they never received love or support. And that's when you see the spiral goes out of whack, because they start turning to self-medicating, they start turning to alcohol, they start turning to drugs, and you name it. I mean, it's a serious issue that we're trying to address, and it's based on a lack of three things: respect, support, and love. And I think that's what's lacking in most bullies cases and victims. It's a complete loss of morality.
I agree. And some bullies, I think they feel that's an empowerment for them, or you're right, they could be neglected, they could have their issues, and I think this one gives them some sort of a liberation from whatever they're going through.
Hurt people hurt others, and that's what you're seeing. Because there's a deficit there, that's what they know. That's now becomes their new norm, and it's going to take some intervention to bring them back to the basic, which is, hey, you need to be respectful. You need to be more loving to your friends and your neighbors and your family, and you need to be more supportive of things that are good. And that's why it's so important for people like me and you to bring these people back to what I call the basics. you know and that's something that I'm always going to be championing for.
Wow. It makes me think, uh, because we see little kids and we think they're bullying. But see, sometimes we think, oh, he's very young. He's not yet bullying. He doesn't know anything about the world. Is there a thin line? Like, when can you say that a child is actually bullying, or that he's just being a toddler, he's just trying to tease someone? Or is there a demarcation line in age? Like, okay, you're 7, you are bullying.
Let me say this very clearly. Bullying is not a kid's issue. Kids are product of their environment. Nelson Mandela said it best. We were born out of love. Kids were taught to hate. So it's the same approach with bullying. When you see a kid bully, you got to look past that kid. Look where that kid is getting that behavior from. That's the real issue. Bullying is an adult issue. And I feel for the kids who are now being thrown out there and being called bullies through no fault of their own because they're surrounded around an environment that that is destructive for themselves and for everybody around them. So it's really our job is to really hold ourselves accountable. When kids see us doing positive things and good things, they become better human beings. They become better kids. And there are, in some extreme cases, there are, there are issues out there. There are mental health issues that needs to be addressed different. But I will not say bullying is a kid's issue. I will never ever look at it that way.
Bullying is bullying, period.
Period.
Yes, I totally agree. And yeah, when they're young, there will always be parents who are supposed to be, you know, responsible, right? It's almost saying that, parents and schools, they come together because the kid stays in the school for the most part of the day. I don't know if we have any courses in elementary because I'm dated. Back in my time, there was a subject you wouldn't believe, Mark. I'm way older. Back in our time, we had a subject on conduct and
Mhm.
behavior. Sometimes I thought we should bring this back to school.
Jackie, you nailed it. I will absolutely recommend that. You said it best.
Because when a teacher is teaching about bullying or anti-bullying or kindness, and they themselves are not practicing it, like then that sorts of becomes a mirror for them, and like, okay, I have to practice what I preach, so it works for everyone.
Absolutely. And if I can use an example, like, my 7-year-old son, like he will see me in the morning shaving, and I found him later on in the afternoon with my razor and trying to shave. You know, that's the idea, and that's the idea behind bullying. They see and they practice what they see. It's so important. It's so important that we really model good role models around our kids or around our neighbor kids.
That's very true. They pick up on what they see, and they are little you. Your kids are little you. As they say, anything they do, if they do good, it's your pride. If they do something that's not very pleasant, it's your responsibility. Like, you can always
Absolutely.
correct them, right?
Absolutely.
What is the percentage right now with you being active and organizations also being active to promote awareness, right? What is the percentage of recovery?
Jackie, I can answer this by saying I am an optimist, and I believe in good things going to happen. I believe in change, and I think a lot of people are starting to become more awake. People are becoming more and more open about the injustice that's really been going on, the systematic racism and bullying that's been going on. People are starting to become more and more vocal about it. So yes, there are going to be cases where, or it can be presented that, people are divided. I wouldn't use that term. I would not use that term. I see that we are going through a healing process. It's a healing process. It needs to be happening. This need to happen. People need to open up and awake to this reality that is really happening in front of our eyes. So I am optimistic, and I trust that there is enough good people out there. And after speaking with so many people, I am so optimistic. I couldn't be even more optimistic, that to see young people like yourself, and, like some of our leaders, man, I reach out to most of them, and they didn't even ask question. There's like, how can I support you? And this kind of movement that I'm seeing happening is a healing process. We it's going to get better. We will get there, but we must not stop. We got to be the loudest voices. And when you let me put it this way too, the bullies, they're dying off, and of course they're gonna try to make more noise, right? They're gonna try to recruit more, but they're losing this battle. They're losing, and the more they try to to push back, is the more people are going to realize, oh my goodness, we really need to do something about this now. So I am optimistic that the future is in really good hands, if I can put it that way.
Very true, very true. And as they say, if we only have 24 hours in a day, I would always tell my kids or anyone I'm talking to who's listening to me, we have 24 hours a day. And if we can use that hour to do something good, it's between doing good and doing evil, right? Do good. Some people find that really inspiring, and it's a ripple effect, like what you're doing.
Absolutely. And it's something that I could say that I am very confident that with my approach and my personality, it's easy, and I'm passionate about what I do. It's so when I approach somebody, I always said, you know what? If I could convince one person to understand why I'm championing for this cause, I think I'm making a difference already. And I now want that person to pay it forward and say, you know what? I spoke with Mark Williams, and you know what? That guy inspired me. I see what he's trying to do. That is all I want people to see of me. It's really up to you. Like I said, it's an individual thing. You have to hold yourself accountable. Now you got to answer that question honestly. Is this the kind of world I want to live in? Or do I have the power to make a difference? And the answer is yes. Every one of us, Jackie, have the power to make a difference. And that's why you see on a weekly basis, I try to feature somebody new. Because you know what? Everybody's got a voice, and it's a collective of all those voices. That's how we're going to make a difference. I can't do it alone because I understand this is so much bigger than me, Jackie. It's bigger than me and you. You understand? So it's going to take a real big effort from every individual to say, no, we don't want this. We're better than this. And when you see things happen, do not sit back. Say something. When you see something going on at work or at school or in the community, do not wait for somebody to approach you and say, hey, can you be my witness? No, volunteer to be their witness and say something. And that's how we are going to make a difference, Jackie.
True. That's how we can actually prevent or stop or at least lessen the incidence of bullying, because they know people will start talking, people will step in, um, and people are going to just really say something, because the question is, are you proud of what you're doing, right? Always, is it a
Ab-
legacy, I should say.
Absolutely. I am so proud. I am so proud because, the legacy I want to leave for my kids and for future generation is that, hey, no matter who you are, what your mistakes are, your past might be, believe in a cause that you're willing to champion for or die for, until you have those convictions. You don't really understand what championing for cause mean if you're not prepared to go through those emotions and to feel other people's pain and to understand, hey, I can make a difference by, even if I stand alone, I'm going to say the right thing. I'm going to do the right thing. And that's, for me, is a legacy that I'm willing to leave behind so that my kids and other kids can say, see that guy, Mark Williams? I want to be like him because you know what? He stands for something that every society, every community would cherish today.
I really, really am so inspired by what you're saying, Mark. You know, right now everybody works, and I know you have a very beautiful career profession, but you see, I always say it is your passion that makes you who you are. We work because we need to earn a living, but when we are doing something because it's our passion, it's coming from the heart, and that's really what makes you the person that you are. And for that reason, I really admire you and what you're doing. Good luck with everything. Now, what message do you want to tell our viewers before we end the show? Where can they follow you? And by the way, pink is my favorite color.
So if I could say one thing to your viewership today, I would tell them, Pink Thursday is a movement, and it is not about me. It is not about me. Even if I started this movement, it is about three things. It's about respect, it's about support, and it's about love. And start with you. You got to start by respecting yourself. You got to start by supporting yourself. You got to start by loving yourself. Once you start, once you apply those three basics, I call it, you're now in a position to help other people, because now you now took the time to address any concerns or any issues that might be going on within yourself. Now you can lead. Now you can say, hey, I can help my neighbor. I can help my coworker. I can help my classmate. This is the approach I want people to take, is to start with you. Don't do it because I said so. Do it because you believe it's the right thing to do, and you believe that you're going to make a difference for future generation. That's the message I want the viewership to take away, is to put on your pink, because you know what? If you want to become good at something, you got to practice. So put on your pink every Thursday. Go out. When you see something, speak up. Don't wait for one of us to approach you. Say something when it's going wrong. And that's how we're going to change the world. That's how we're going to change and make our communities better. So to all your viewership, promote three things starting today: respect, support, and love.
Very, very beautiful. Truly amazing values you're sharing there, Mark. And we will remember that. To all our viewers, remember, kindness starts from within your heart. And as Mark says, respect, support, and love. Right, Mark?
Absolutely. And Jackie, I want to finish by saying, it is absolutely a pleasure to actually feature you on my page. I mean, your message was on point, and when I see such activism in the community, it just makes me want to inspire me even more. And I'm saying to you, you're inspiring me even more to carry on my work. And credit to you, and to the people that you're surrounded by. And I'm so fortunate. I am very fortunate to have met you, and to carry on your message and my message, and to make this world a better place. So thank you for having me on your show, and I will always be back if you invited me, and let's champion for a more perfect union.
We're just as proud and privileged and honored, Mark. Thank you for what you do. No one can do this alone. We are together in this advocacy, in this journey, and we are so proud of you. Good luck, and we will keep following what you do. Thank you for inspiring everybody who meets you, and for joining us in spreading love and kindness. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let's keep spreading love. Pink Thursday, everyone, but not just on a Thursday, according to Mark.
You
Thank
got
you,
it.
Mark. You take care, Mark. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us. Truly, kindness begets kindness. It creates a ripple effect. And when you do something good, everybody just feels that vibe, and everybody just gets inspired. And you, Mark, myself, everyone in the community can actually make a difference. And we totally agree with Mark. Each one of us has the capacity to be kind. We are all able to do something good for the community. We don't only start today, we don't only start on Thursday, but we should start every single day. But yes, from now on, Thursday is going to be just as special as Friday. Thanks so much, Mark, for sharing your beautiful story, your beautiful legacy. It's been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to have you. Bye for now, everyone.